Good morning, everyone. This is Ida with Created to Create. Um, I have a project share. I have been working on some gingerbread, whether they be tags, just items, for Christmas. And, when you start working on something different that you don't normally work on, you realize just how little you have, in that particular item. For me, it was the gingerbreads. Even though I like the gingerbread bread man or ginger girl, I didn't really have anything for scrapbooking that was gingerbread themed. So I had to pick up a few things. One of the things that I picked up, I used on this tag. Look at how pretty this tag came out. Um, what I picked up for this is an artsy stamp set that had the gingerbread house, and it had the gingerbread. It only had one, but I cut two out. And then it did have the small little candy cane to it. And then it had, I hope you can see right here where it says Happy Holidays. It's just kind of embossed into the little frame there. And it has the little embossing piece, then it has the silhouette. And I really like that little bitty sign right there. And then this is another die that was gifted to me by my friend Jackie, or Jacqueline, who is Metalark001, and here on YouTube. And some of these I cut out, and some of these were gifted to me by some of the ladies. I think Agnes Webb sent me some, so and Jacqueline sent me some. And this flower right here, my friend Sabrina sent it to me. She sent me a bunch of die cuts. They were already shaped. This is a heartfelt creation die, so they do have a shaping tray for it, and they were already shaped and die cut and stamped. So I didn't color them in. What I did was I added, let me share that with you. The Glitterific comes in red, and I don't know why I didn't pull it out. The Glitterific does come in red, and yes. The Glitterific comes in red, and it's really, really pretty because it's an iridescent color. So all I did was add Glitterific to it because I didn't want to color it in with red and then to lose the lines that were on the flower. So I wanted to, hold on to the integrity of the stamping on the flower. And then like I said, all I did was add Glitterific because that's clear with some iridescent red flakes. And then I added this little metal centerpiece, flower center right there. And then I added a little bead or a gem right there in the center. And I think it ended up really, really pretty. I love the way the Glitterific looks on it. I added some of these little berries that were in those little embellishment boxes that I hosted a while back, last year, I believe. I think it was the Christmas in July one. I actually hosted a Christmas embellishment box. So these berries were in there, and I've been really going through those boxes and using things. And this button right here was in that box. So anyway, I used some of the die cuts that were gifted to me. I used a flower that was gifted to me. And this tag that I have it on is by Nicole Silhouette. She goes by Nicole Silhouette here on YouTube, and this is one of her lacy eyelid tag designs. And this red grosgrain ribbon over here was just, something was wrapped in it for a swap. And like I said, I always put all that together in a big gallon-sized Ziploc bag. So I pulled it out of there and made a double loop bow right here. And this one right here, this print not grosgrain. This plaid one was in one of the embellishment boxes as well. And then I just added some regular twine, jute twine. But look at how pretty it ended up. And I'm going to share the stamp set with you. On the back, I added a little garment pen. And I bought this die that was a little gable box from somewhere on AliExpress somewhere. And no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I bought it on Amazon. And the die ended up being a lemon. It wasn't any good. the box that is not, the cutting lines are not correct. So I wasn't able to use it. And while I was messing around on the internet, I was on Spellbinders and I saw that that was a Spellbinders die. So I'm going to link the real one if I can find it on Amazon. I'm going to link it in the description box because then you don't have any mistakes. This one, it was, and I didn't even know it was a Spellbinders. I just happened to run into it. Anyway, it had these little gingerbread tags, gingerbread man tags, and they're so small that I only could put two on one and from on the other. So I had to add two of them. So the two you could put your name, and then the front, two, you could put the recipient's name on the other side of the gingerbread, and on this one it has the from, and then of course you would put your name in the front. And I just attached it with some garment pens, and I did use a paper that I picked up last year at Hobby Lobby to back, the tag. That way it wouldn't be white in the back. And I always like to do a couple of layers on my tags because I like them to be sturdy, and really I like them sturdier than this, but this will do. And the house is mounted on dimension. It does have dimension, and usually what I do, guys, not all the time do I use dimensional tape. If I have a piece of chipboard, because most of my projects I use heavyweight chipboard, and I have scraps left, I save them, and that's what I use to give my projects dimension. It doesn't always have to be tape. So, just use everything that you have. And this is what I created. Let me share the stamp with you that I used for that one. And like I said, it is a stamp by Artsy. But I believe this is an old stamp, guys, but it is still available on Amazon because I picked up one and then I went ahead and picked up another one because I believe these were only like less than $4, and then the shipping is $1 something. So I'm definitely gonna link this for you because there's still a few of them that remain, and this is a 10-piece. Now, what I want you to, if you decide to get this stamp, I'm going to point a couple things, something out for you, because I tried working with it and I thought this doesn't line up. Well, it didn't line up. Even though this has the lollipop right here, and so does the embossing one, they don't line up because they don't go together. If you notice, the roof on this one has got the scallops. The roof on this one has like the waffle. So you can either use the stamp with the silhouette die, the shadow die, or you can use the embossing plate with the shadow die. You can't use all three together because they don't line up, because the roofs are different, the lollipops are in different areas, so it doesn't work. And then it does come with a little gingerbread die. It comes with a candy cane die and stamp. Then here's that little sign that I have on mine that says Happy Holidays. So it comes with the embossing plate, and then it comes with the silhouette cutout. And then here's another stamp that says Joy to the World. And I'm sure you could stamp this and then use the shadow frame to cut it out, to give it a little, to put it in a die cut. So anyway, that's where I made my mistakes, because I tried using all three together, and it wasn't until I really paid attention that I realized that the set goes together, but you cannot use the stamp with the embossing plate. So anyway, this is one that I picked up and I really like it. I like the size and everything. It's perfect for tags or just to make embellishments. Now, the little house, I embossed it with copper embossing powder because it's more like of a cinnamon color. So that's what I used to emboss my little house. And if you notice, the roof on my house and the windows and even the gingerbreads, what I used on that was this dimensional fabric paint, and I put it into these small glue bottles that we buy with the fine tip, and it does come out. It works fine. I don't have any trouble with it, and I figure if this is good enough for our clothing, it's good enough for paper. So that's what I use to give, to mimic the icing on the gingerbread, girl and boy, and on the house. And if you notice on her, she's got a little tiny bow, and those are those little bows. You can pick these up at the Dollar Tree. They're for nails, so they're over there by the nail polishes. That's where you're gonna find these. So I gave her a little bow, and she's holding the candy cane, and I stickled everything up again with this one right here, the Stardust Stickles. So everything is stickled up, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love the way it turned out. And like I said, I'm not really too much for gingerbreads because I didn't have anything. I literally had to buy so I could create for this project. So that's one that I created. I'm going to move this one aside. Again, guys, I will link everything I can find. But if it's not there, it's because I can't find it. Another thing I created, this is all gingerbread. Another thing I created, again, using the Nicole Silhouette tag die that she designed. She also designed a pocket for it. So I added the little pocket because I wanted to gift the recipient a little bundles of, I've had these little gingerbread stickers for a very long time, and they're made out of like paper felt. They're really pretty, the ginger and the gingerbread man. And I tied them in little bundles just with some leftover little string that I had so they would stay put together. But they are adhesive. And so I put a little bundle of the girls and a little bundle of the gingerbread man. And I wanted to put them in the pocket. But when I put them in there, you know, the tag was looking kind of plain because I love a white tag. I love the way they look, especially with this eyelet border that these tags have. So I wanted to house my little gingerbreads in it. So I decided to go ahead and do that. And when I was finished, I thought, well, I need something. Well, I decided to make a peeker, a pocket peeker out of my gingerbread. I combined two dies, and I'm going to share with you the ones I combined. Actually, I combined three because I used the body is one die set, which we probably all own. The hat came from another one, and then the face came from a different one. So it was a combination of three different dies, but I'm sure you have something in your stash that will work because a lot of us haul the same things. This little spoon and this little mitten came from another die. And then this is just a sticker that came from one of the embellishment boxes. Now this sentiment right here, this is not available anymore. I saw an old video and I tracked down the stamp, and they had, I think it was on eBay where I picked it up. I mean, you might be able to find one that's used. I will share it with you, and then you'll have to go on the hunt for that one. Anyway, it says Christmas calories don't count, and I used black embossing powder. It's got a texture to it because I did use the black embossing powder to put this sentiment on here, because the white that I have, the white that I picked up yesterday was what I wanted to do here. I wanted to do it in white, like icing, but the one that I had didn't show up, so I ended up going with the black. All this on the face, again, is with that puffy paint. On the spoon, the icing on the spoon is the puffy paint. And here on the hat, it has a teeny tiny pom-pom that was gifted to me, I think, by Miss Lorianne Norris, and she is Norris Notions on YouTube. I believe she's the one who gifted me these because they were in a small Ziploc bag, and she gifted me a lot of different things in little bags. So I'm thinking she's the one who gifted me that. I could be wrong, but I believe. Anyway, this ribbon, I've had it in my stash for a very long time. I don't even know where I got it from, but the roll was still full, so I used it as my my hanging element on my tag. Now, the only thing I did different, I didn't want to take away from the tag top here, because when I put the string on through the loop the way we normally do it, I ripped this piece right here. So I thought, let me figure out a different way. And that way too, you can still continue to see the eyelet trim that's around this lace. So what I did was, I just added I folded this in half the way I wanted it. And then when I folded it in half, I glued the bow at the other end. So all I did was thread these two through the hole in the tag to come out through the back, and the bow stops it from going any further. And then I just kind of added glue to the back so it would stay, it wouldn't slide out or anything. That's all I did. So now you can see the whole tag, and I still have my bow here. I still have my hanging element, but it's not ripping or causing any pressure or strain on the paper up here. So that's how I did that. And here's the back to this one. This came from that same paper pad. I picked this up last year at Hobby Lobby. I don't know, it's still available. It might be. But this is one of the things that I picked up. And look at the beautiful stamps on here. You could definitely make embellishments with this paper. So this is the one that I created. So I could just house my little gingers, my little goodies that I wanted to put in here. I could actually put them inside the little box. How pretty is that? And I do have to add shred to the bottom or other things because they tend to want to fall in because they're about as tall as the pocket, and I want them to peek out, but I like the way that looks. So that's another one that I created. Let me share with you the stamp that I used for that. Sentiment. You're gonna love it. This is an old recollection stamp, and I'm sorry that it's not, I mean, I'm sure they're out there somewhere. You just have to search. I know I've had people tell me, why do you create with something that's not available anymore? But I create with it because I have it. I can't just not create with it because it's not available anymore. I'm still going to continue to use my items. I'm one of those people that I don't destash. And even though I'm purging my craft room, I'm not selling it. I'm giving it away. So this is the stamp set that I use, and it is by Recollections. I will show you the number on the back. Hopefully it is focusing. That way you can find it, because these stamps don't have any names. But there is the item number, and then of course here's the UPC, and hopefully I'm holding it there long enough for you to see it. Anyway, it is again by Recollections. So I hope that you guys find it, because this is great for if you're doing a sleigh tag. It says sleigh rides and hot cocoa. Christmas calories don't count. Cheers. Even this would go good with any baked, even the gingerbread man. Sweet Christmas wishes. You have the little sugar cookies. And then you have the little peppermint, the candy cane. So I think this is an awesome stamp set, and I hope that you guys find it. So this is one of the other items that I use. Now, for the these pieces, and this, I'm gonna share with you what I used for the peeker. I used, let me grab all my things really quick. I have everything here lined up, guys. Hopefully I did it right this time. Am I missing one? I'm missing one. I'm missing one. Let me grab that really, really quick. Thought I had it there, but I guess not. Hopefully I still have it out, guys, because I have everything just piled up over here that I'm using on this project. Where is that? Nope. I don't have it out, guys, but it is the apron die that everybody picked up on Ali. That's what it is, and it comes with it came with different utensils, and I think Cottage Cuts has one like that as well. I don't seem to have mine out. I thought I was prepared. Isn't that the way it always goes? I always think I'm prepared and I'm not. Okay. To make the peeker, I use the hat from this Spellbinders die. These are the Santa faces that we all picked up from Hobby Lobby last year. And there is the item number. I'm sure they're still available. And like I said, I'll put all the links that I can in the description box. So the only thing I use from this one is the hat right here. The other thing that I used, what I used for the face, is this Spellbinders die, the Gingerbread, the new one that they came out with last year. And there is the item number on that one. I hope I'm in frame. It's S4940. So I used the face to this one. And then I used from the Santa Peeker by Cottage Cuts, I just used the arms, the peeker part that holds on to different, see how it's on the pocket right there? So all I used from this one was this piece right here. And that one should be still available as far as I know. So let me put it back in the package. And that's the combination I used to do the peeker. So the hands right here is the Cottage Cut Santa Peeker. The face is the Spellbinders Gingerbread Man. And then the hat was from the Spellbinder Santa face. So those are the things that I used. Actually, that looks like a different hat. I think I switched over. This is a different hat. I switched over to the Spellbinders one because I think it fit better. So anyway, this is the other thing that I created. So let me move that and let me share with you what else I created. And then I made the Santa Peeker, the gingerbread peekers to go on packages, and I think they are super cute. Let me grab something really quick. Hopefully I'll be able to show you. Let's pretend I had something in this package. Well, all I would do would be to line up the bottom of this package. Look at how cute that peeker looks as a bag topper. Is that cute or what? It could be on top of a tag, a gift, die cut. It could be just about on anything. It could be in a cup. It could be on a pocket. It could be just about on anything. But look at how super cute they look. So anyway, that is the peekers that I created, again using the, oh, and there's one more thing that I used. I guess I don't think I shared it with you guys. I don't think I did. Where is it? Uh-oh, here it is. For the peekers, I added one more die. For the bag toppers, I added the mittens that go with this hat. I think a lot of you have it, but any mitten die that you have that's small enough, you know, you want it. I had to trim these down because these were just a little big. I still had to trim them down a little bit, but they worked. So that's what I used. The mittens on this one, the body for the Cottage Cuts peeker, and I used the hat from this one, and I used the face from this one. So that's what I used to create this. The first mittens back here, those were an embellishment that somebody gifted me last year, I believe, in one of the swaps. And these mittens were connected. So some of you might own these. And all I did was snip off the little paper that was connecting both of them, separated them, and put one on the hands of my gingerbread man peeker. These hats, I created them using the Spellbinders die, the Santa face, but again, I added those pom-poms here, and then right here, I used a garland that was gifted to me, and this came from Walmart, you guys, and it's like a chenille. You can use chenille sticks or stems. This kind of reminds me like a chenille garland, and it's white and silver. So that's what I used on the brim of the hat and on the mittens, on the cuffs on the mittens, the wrist area. And then the vinyl, this is vinyl actually right here, guys, that those foamy sheets. My friend Mig, who is Mig Sal here on YouTube, she gifted me sheets of foil foam sheets. And I love them. So I used that for the hats and I used it for the mittens. Look at how pretty they are. Anyway, I created these peekers as embellishments. The tag that I used on here, guys, it is a the tag that I used on here, it's an old It's an old tag, but I think it's still available, and there's different ones, but I'll share with you the one that I used. Um, the tag that you see here, all I did was cut a strip of paper that was 3¼ inches wide, because this tag die by Elizabeth Craft Designs, you can get these different designs on the tag by cutting one out and then adding that piece to cut out, and then you cut it out again and just use the dome piece that has the hole in it. So ended up cutting 2 sheets of paper so I could get the green showing through, and I added the green stickles to the open area there. And this is what it looks like. See, it's not a complete die. It's like only the top portion. So I think it measures 3¼ and then you just line this up at the top. So you cut one with just this piece. Your second one, cut it with this piece. And then when you remove this piece, you line this second piece where the hole has been cut into your tag, and run it through again. That way you'll get the open work. So whatever you want showing through, you're not going to cut that. You're going to cut your top layer so it can show through. And then it's got different things that you can put on corners and on the center holes, and just different things. And she has, I think there's like 3 different ones that go, but this is the only one that I own, and I don't use it very often, but I do love the fact that I can make my tag as long as I want to, because it's only the top part. So I'll link this in the description box if I can find it. And you see this little gingerbread trim down here? I bought a retired punch, and I paid quite a bit for it, you guys. But it is gingerbread. Look at that. Gingerbread man and gingerbread girls with the little swirlies. I paid quite a bit for this. There is still one on Amazon. It's not exactly like this one, but it is a gingerbread border punch. I will link that one. This one, I believe there's a used one on Etsy, on eBay. There's a used one on eBay exactly like this one, but I have to tell you the price is up there for these Martha Stewart punches. But I bought this one, and hopefully I'll continue to use it. But there's that beautiful little scallop border with the little swirls and the little gingerbread girl and gingerbread man. I thought it was beautiful. Like I said, I didn't have anything gingerbread, so I didn't invest. So that's one of the embellishments that I created. And then I wanted to do the girl, and I felt like the face to that Spellbinders was too big for a girl gingerbread, so for a ginger. So I used a circle punch, guys. I used a 1¼ inch EK Success circle punch to make her face, but I used the same body, the same mittens, the same hat. And the Santa face, when you cut it out, I had cut it out in pink. It has these little holly berries, and then I put in these little gems, and I'll share with you the box where these gems come from. It is linked in one of my videos, the link to this. I actually bought it like this, and it came with a little bag. It came with the wax gem picker, and with a replacement wax tip, because that one you can replace the tips. So that's how I bought this. I will link the description to this one, and it comes with all these different colors. I absolutely love it. I reach for this all the time because they're very tiny. So I really like these. So I was able to use them to do the berries on the hat. And look at how super cute she looks. I even put a little blush on her cheeks. There's the little bling also in the black that comes in the box, and then in the pink. I did add stickles again to the little berries and on her mittens and the hat, just different areas. Now, yesterday, this is that sugar blush paper that we all picked up last year from Michael's. Yesterday, I shared a video, some fabric I bought at Walmart. Here's that fabric. I just cut a strip off for my hanging element. Then I cut another with the same strip. I made one into a bow, and I added a flat back pearl to it. This looks super shabby. It is really nice. So I like that. I like that it's got little strings hanging out like this. This is really shabby. So I love the way this looks. And after I had created these, I'm gonna share with you again. Let's say again that this is a you have goodies in this bag, and I'm just gonna slide it under her mittens. And just imagine her as a bag topper. Is she cute or what? So and after I had created these, I thought, I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but I do own the Peachy Keen faces, and so I said, let me do another one. So I did just, I only created one, guys, but look at how cute it looks with the faces. Now, these faces are still available, but they come in all different uh, facial expressions. The one that I own is this one. It's called the Wide-Eyed Kid Face Assortment. I don't know what's available, but I'll link some on there, and then when you click on the link, you'll be able to see if that might be something you like. If I can't find this one, I'll link other ones, because there are other ones and they're beautiful. So this is the one, this is the only one that I own. So this is the one that I used, and I did use the 3/4 inch face on her. But look at how super cute she looks. Imagine her on this, and this is full of goodies. Super cute. I hope that my video doesn't cut off, guys, because this is starting to be a very long video, but I only have one more thing to share with you. And the last thing that I have to share with you, I used the Spellbinders die, and I only used the body, nothing else on this one. And then I used, here it is. Then I used this Doris, the angel wings. My friend Nisha picked these up for me. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate it. And they came in the mail yesterday, so I was able to play with these. And I do like to emboss, guys, dry emboss anything that needs to be, for example, those wings. And this is what I use. It's got the rubber mat, the squishy rubber mat, and then it has a harder plastic one. And I will link this if I can find it. And I love, love, love this embossing mat and plate. The last thing that I created is I made, who says we cannot make a little gingerbread man angel. Look at how cute. Here are the wings. I cut it out in glittered paper, and then I did back it up with 110-pound cardstock. The halo is only temporary. Like if you wanted to use it for a tag, you would not do the halo on here. I cut it just out of wire and made a loop, and just kind of, it's only on there with a glue dot just to show you temporarily that you could make this into an ornament. And I added the bigger wings because I like the long wings. And here's the puffy paint on the face to do the icing on it. I used the Peachy Keen face, the one under, I think it's an inch. That's the one I used here. I added just a little slight color to the cheeks and some little dots for freckles and the little icing on top. And look at how cute. How cute is this little gingerbread man angel? It's super cute. So this could definitely be made into an ornament. You know, you would shape the wings more and stuff like that, and you could make it into an ornament. Look at how super cute. And then this is just that wire that I pick up at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You can pick it up anywhere to do any kind of wiring. I know a lot of you have been picking up that We Are Memory Keepers wire jig. Well, that wire that you use on that, you could probably use for the halo. And it comes in a variety of colors. I just happen to have gold sitting on my desk, so that's what I use. But that's the last thing that I created. I hope that you all like my gingers. I hope everyone's going to have a great day today. And God bless. Bye.